Hi, this is Phil Hinton and welcome back to our coverage from IFA 2008. So Toshiba may still be reeling after the HD DVD debacle and the fact that they had to pull out of the market because this year they have not announced a Blu-ray player at IFA 2008, and let's be honest, we weren't really expecting them to do that. However, what they have released is this is the XDE. It's a normal DVD player but with upscaling technology built in, and basically what it does is upscales material, DVD material, to 1080p. It adds sharpness, which is never a good thing, to the image, so your edges are finer, but having looked at on the screen here, you're definitely getting an edge enhancement effect on there. It also enhances the colour. What it does is it boosts your green and your blues within the picture content to give you what Toshiba call a more HD-like picture. And to be honest with you, what we've seen so far on screen from this player set up in 1080p 24 mode has been really disappointing. Lots of artifacts, lots of edge enhancement, lots of frame rate mistakes. There is one with a spaceship that comes across the screen and it looks like it's dropping frames. So not a great start, I'm afraid, for this, the XDE, the extra detail enhancement as it's known. Basically, DVD can only be as good as DVD is. You get half decent upscaler, it does look good, it will never look as good as HD. So Toshiba really want to have a word with themselves and get on with the HD bandwagon. They've got some good looking TVs here, so let's see a Blu-ray player from them by the end of the year, because this technology, it doesn't matter how much their PR company keep telling me, keep telling others that this is the way ahead with it. Unfortunately, on the basis of what I've seen over this weekend with the XDE, it's a complete and utter disaster. Well, if you've seen our first video from the Sony stand, you'll have seen that they were claiming to have the slimmest LCD TV in the world. Well, funnily enough, Samsung are claiming the same thing on their stand. This is the Samsung Ultra Slim LCD TV. It's integrated, it has everything built in, so tuners and so on. It's only 3mm thick at the thinnest point, and obviously it goes out a little bit more to around about 7 or 8mm. So it is ultra thin. It's actually thinner than the Sony concept, which was shown on the stand. So there you go, I think Samsung won up there. So as you've seen in our first video from the show floor at the Sony stand, Sony were claiming a world first, the 200Hz TV. Well, funnily enough, so are Samsung. Another one which Samsung are claiming they got over Sony, and this is their version. It's a Samsung 200Hz TV, using frame interpolation to make the images nice and smooth, working on all axes as well, so not only the horizontal but the vertical axes as well. Looking at the images, it's very difficult with this material to actually make out if there's anything untoward going on. Unlike the Sony, where we looked at the Sony and you could obviously see what was going on the screen there. This looks nice and smooth with the material it's running, but it is demo material, so we'll have to wait and see what it actually looks like once they release this model. But there you go, Samsung claiming a world first as well as Sony for a 200Hz LCD TV. As well as everyone else on the show floor this year, Samsung are also showing their 7 series, which is a RGB LED LCD TV. It's claiming a contrast ratio of 2:1. We'll take that with a pinch of salt. It looks mighty fine, as you can see here, playing demo material, and it's also DNLA compatible, so it can be networked. And to be honest with you, I can't see much wrong with the demo material that's being played on this set. There's certainly no artifacts that you would expect to see. It has 100Hz technology on board, so no 200Hz for this one. But there you go, it's another LED TV, and it looks like this could be the perfect stopgap between LCD and plasma and OLED. And as we continue around the show floor and here on the Samsung stand, it really looks like they're in a battle royale with Sony, because here is the Samsung OLED prototype, and you guessed it, it's 27 inches wide and it looks identical in performance to the Sony screen. They also have the smaller screens available in different designs, and OLED is certainly going to be something to look out for in the future. So it looks like Sony and Samsung are in a bit of a tussle, and that may be good for the consumer, because if they keep going at this rate and trying to develop the technology, we may actually see the prices falling quicker and the screen size is getting bigger. So OLED or OLED, depending on how you want to say it, it certainly looks like it's going to be fighting for the future in your living room. And to finish off our visit to the Samsung stand this year at IFA, we're going to finish with the BDP 2500 from Samsung. This is their top of the line player. It has Profile 2 on board, so it's BD Live compatible. It has HQV silicon optics processing for your upscaling and your video processing. It uses the per pixel based motion adaptive software. As far as audio, well, you guys will really want to know this. It does Dolby True HD, Dolby Digital Plus, DTS and DTS Master Audio, and I've just triple checked that with the staff here, and they are confirming that it does do the Master Audio. So there you go, that's a 2500, BDP 2500 from Samsung. It's their new top of the line Blu-ray player. So here we are, we're on the LG stand, we're with the displays again, and this display is one which the forum members have been waiting to see for some time. This is the 60 inch, it's the PG 7000. This set has a response time of 0.001 milliseconds. It also has 4 version 1.3 HDMI inputs on the back there. It's a 1920 by 1080 resolution, and it also has an expert mode which has ISF calibration features inside, so you can get a technician round and they can fully calibrate this set for you. And it also has a new feature for LG which is called 600 Hz subfield processing.
600 Hz subfield driving means each frame is composed of 12 subfields of LG plasma TV. So 50 Hz means 50 frames per second. So our plasma TV is 50 frames with 12 subfield, means totally 600 subfield per second. So we can use 600 Hz subfield driving technology for LG plasma TV. So this is much more optimized picture quality for fast motion and fast image with 600 Hz technology.
So that's 600 Hz processing, and this is the PG 7000. And I've got to say, on my first impressions, I've been watching this set for about 15 minutes now. I have to say that the colour gradation and the black levels are absolutely superb on this set. Not quite as good as the Kuro, but certainly getting there, and certainly a TV I could live with quite happily. Sadly, I'm having to kneel next to the prototype because it's far too dark in the cinema room to have a look at this. But this is LG's projector. It's an SXRD projector. It has 30,000:1 contrast ratio, 1600 lumens, and it's ISF certified. It also has HQV video processing on board. In the cinema room, they're actually showing film material, and I've sat in there for a good 15-20 minutes now looking at that, and I've got to say I'm very impressed. So this is it, it's full HD SXRD, and it's the F115JS. So keep your eyes out for this. It looks like it's going to be a very good projector indeed. And this is LG's Blu-ray player for 2008. This is the BD300. They're calling it the world's best Blu-ray player. Well, it's Profile 2 out of the box, so it has bonus view features as well as BD Live. It has all the high definition audio formats, so DTS, Master Audio, Dolby True HD, etc. It also has quick booting time. It has CEC through HDMI, which is 1.3, and it looks like quite a nice little model. Why it's the world's best? Well, they say that the SD upscaling on it is first class, so you can use it as a Blu-ray player as well as a great upscaling DVD player. So we'll just have to wait and see if the BD300 is as really good as the company are saying.